My name is Jose.
And I'm Juan, but not really because we're Americans.
And this is Taco Talk.
Alright, this is our first podcast, right, Mondo?
Hey.
We're just
Yep.
playing some Civ right now, just to kind of, make it easy. If that makes sense, so we can, talk.
OBS doesn't want to make it easy for me.
It's fine, I'm recording. But our first topic of today is the, Jake Paul and, Logan Paul and KSI fight. So they fought, this, August 26th, right?
Was it August? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so they
It was just. Yeah, go ahead.
So they fought a little bit ago, and it seems like their fight, which was going to be the biggest fight, the main fight, it turns out that it came up to a draw, and a lot of people aren't happy about it. It seems like, it wasted their time and money. I kind of agree on that one. I think they had set rules. It was supposed to be boxing rules, but I feel like they should have just finished it until somebody actually won instead of it coming up to a draw. Because that was kind of gay. Everybody was right. Deji lost against Jake Paul. I think a lot of people saw that coming. Just nobody wanted to be mean to Deji because he's Deji. Nobody wants to be mean to the guy. But yeah, it wasn't a massive fail. It did really good, but the fight, the KSI and Logan fight, kind of went bad.
Alright, and forgive me for being clueless, but Keji is the black dude, right?
So KSI is Deji's older brother, and
Or Deji?
Logan Paul is Jake's older brother. And so Logan Paul and KSI fought, and then Jake Paul and Deji fought. And Jake Paul won the fight against Deji, and then Logan Paul and KSI's fight came to a draw. Like two judges were saying it was a draw, and then the last judge was saying it was leaning more towards KSI, but it was a draw.
Gotcha.
Clicks next
So
turn.
then, I have to click. Guess I gotta click. But so as far as, I guess my question would be if what is KSI or Deji known for? Like, what is their content generally? Is it their like gaming content, or just like everything YouTube, or?
I don't really know what KSI and Deji really do. The only times I really see them play video games is, I think they play a lot of FIFA. I don't know what Deji does, but I know KSI played a lot of FIFA. He might stream too, but their content is kinda similar. KSI is a gamer, but Jake Paul and Logan Paul, they vlog, but I don't know what Deji does. Mondo, click fucking next turn, bro.
I think it's hidden for me because my screen's all out of whack. Where's your next turn? At the top right, left, right,
It's just
or
the bottom right, above the map.
it says a unit needs orders.
So
I'm
give
clicking
the
on the
unit
unit.
orders. Move it around. But
There
yeah,
it is.
so the fight was not as good as anybody thought.
There we go. So the fight wasn't that great. I wanted to see it, but then it's not
Again,
worth my time.
exactly. There was another problem with people paid $8 for the stream to watch it, and a lot of people were saying it wasn't worth the $8 just because they wanted to see Logan Paul or KSI knock each other out. They wanted someone to just actually lose.
But that happens sometimes in boxing. Like,
Yeah,
not gonna.
with
You're
the
always gonna get a
underweights.
knockout. Yeah. The heavyweights usually get the knockout, but
I mean, I'm not saying like KSI and Logan Paul are like both heavyweights, but I don't know. I felt like they should have just it shouldn't have ended in a draw.
Right.
All right. So next topic, Mondo.
So next topic we got here. Well, I gotta get off my chest. I want to talk about Smash Brothers. Comes out. Shoot, I don't even have it. No, November 7th is what I'm thinking.
I thought it said December.
Or November, December. Who's really nitpicky about months nowadays, right? Am I right? Or no, I guess months kind of matter, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, December 7th. Yeah, I don't even got my own shit right. Let me see real quick. So on this, yeah, there's the December 7th, 2018. You can pre-order now. Not sure how much it is, but maybe if I just click the link, I can actually find out. And I don't know. I'm excited for it. Looks like you could be everyone from the beginning smashes to the end. Well, I mean, the beginning smashes, they've always had those characters included.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess from melee on.
Wait, so will Waluigi be in there?
Waluigi? I mean,
Yeah.
I believe he is gonna be in there. Let me click on fighters first before I click on the pre-order. Looks like they're introducing this new guy.
Wolf or the dragon?
This new.
Or the squid chick?
No, like this, like Hans Franz looking guy, like some like guy with luscious hair, blonde hair, blue eyes, kind of like warrior type guy. I think he's from. I'm not sure which game. Oh, there we go. Simon is his name. I think he's from. He looks kind
Final
of
Fantasy?
Is he from Final? It has a. I think it's from Castlevania or something. Simon, he's like buff as hell, and I think he's from Castlevania actually.
We'll put a picture of him up on the screen so you guys can at least know what he's looking at.
He's Castlevania. Let me see. I don't see in the lineup, the original lineup, Wolf's in it. I don't see no Waluigi. You could be Pokemon trainer again. Which some people like it, some people don't. I like the fact that you could be Charizard alone because he was always like a loner. Like he never paid attention to Ash when he was Charmeleon.
Yeah,
and then he kind of paid attention, but even then, like he still is on his own shit. Like,
yeah.
That's why you gotta respect the Charizard.
All right.
And then let me see here. We got Pichu on the lineup.
Pichu?
Yeah, Pichu's in the lineup. I think he was in Melee. No, I think he was supposed to be in Melee, but he was in Melee because you could beat him and his he sucked so like he's just a crappy version of Pikachu. Like any
Pichu, the Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, Pikachu's pre-evolved form, and he'd be like every time you do damage with him, I remember he would like hurt himself. Like any kind of electric shock move, you'd take a little bit of damage. I mean, I guess because he's a baby, but
I wonder if it would just take more skill and outplay, if that makes sense.
Probably with Pichu,
Yeah. I mean, I bet you he's fast and does a lot more damage. But I mean, if you're gonna be that OP, you're gonna have to have like some sort of thing that evens you out. So doing damage to yourself might have been their counterplay there.
So Waluigi isn't on the characters list.
Damn. Waluigi was in one, right?
I remember Wario being in one, but
is Wario on there?
I think Waluigi was actually like an item, if I remember correctly. Like he would if you got like a.
So he's like the Pokemon balls.
Yeah, like you got him in a Pokemon ball or something or the equivalent.
Okay.
Like a little capsule, and he'd come out and like smack you around a bit. But that's gotta get that off my chest because I'm a smash man, and not in the sexual way, but in the gaming way. And as far as gaming goes, the Switch is actually releasing 21 new titles
Like
for its
21 new
console.
games.
21 new titles. There's a lineup. Hyperlift Drifter, which I'm assuming is a
Racing game, probably.
uh Tokyo Drift. Uh, but then there's a Towerfall, September. It's due to release September 26th. So a lot are coming in September. Treasure Stack. It sounds probably like one of those like grow games.
Grow games.
Like, you know what I mean? Like a farm, like a farm
Uh,
simulator. That's what it sounds like to me. Treasure Stack. I don't know. It just seems like that.
it sounds
Zar.
like a kid RPG, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's just like a softer down, easy RPG that you would just go out and explore.
Right. Yeah, that's what I think it might be. That's what it sounds like to me. And then there's coming out this winter Zarvot, some Russian
Zardvod?
game. Zarvot. It's Zarvot. That's what it says.
Does it have any pictures or description?
All it says is comes out in October.
Huh.
There might be pictures further. No, there's no pictures in these. These are just games. Maybe if we look them up. Oh, maybe in the. If I click the video, probably, but I don't really. We could probably just edit that in.
Yeah, just a picture of what it looks like.
I'm in Nichols
Eh,
Night Market.
the night market?
It's coming out. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a rated PG game. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's one of the downfalls of Nintendo is I mean, they have some good games, don't get me wrong, I love their games, but everything is just like so kid friendly, if that makes sense.
Right, right. I mean, they got to because it's like a
Yeah.
family platform, but yeah, it's a downfall, but it's like a blessing and a curse because it's like, okay, yeah, you got like all the family oriented kind of games, and like you get a for sure parents will spend tons of money on the kids, and then forget about grandparents. So you got kind of all the generations buying in, and then
Yeah, yeah.
you got Smash Brothers, and then I guess they have Skyrim, so
Oh, yeah.
they
No.
they kind of. I always wanted to try it on the Switch, to be honest.
Mm,
Like I haven't even played it though. Like I think I probably played if I had a Switch,
uh,
only because it's like, it's like portable, so like I
yeah,
could take
yeah.
it with me. Cause I know Skyrim. At least my brother was a Skyrim fan. He played for hours. Like you could do
Dude,
even if you do all the side quests and stuff. I don't know what's your. Do you do a lot of side quests?
I have 400 hours on that game, Mondo. No, 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 not 400 hours. 400,000 hours.
Oh
Like,
gosh.
plus the hours I have on my Xbox 360. Like it's legit. I would say my favorite game overall. I mean, I Oblivion was okay, and Fallout overall is okay. But I like the magic and just kind of like the medieval feel to it, if that makes sense. I love it.
Right.
I mean, again, here's a shameless plug-in, but I have a Skyrim Let's Play going on my channel right now.
Oh, okay. Check that out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cause I'm not that into Skyrim, but I feel like I should be,
Oh.
just cause it's like, it seems like something I'd be into. But
Yeah,
I don't know. I never. Every time I get to the loading screen and then that's it. Like,
it's very time consuming, I would say. I mean, it
cause
takes what?
I like those kind of games. Like I was always been a Final Fantasy fan,
Yeah, yeah.
but that's more turn based, like RPG status kind of game.
I
So
mean,
go ahead.
the game can get sort of difficult. I mean, it just depends what you're doing in the game. But overall, I mean, it's a fun game. Since the special edition came out, there's not really that much bugs. There's mods in it, which I mean, it, Bethesda knows it's its biggest game, and it just, I mean, Bethesda just releases just new Skyrim stuff all the time because I mean, it sells. I mean, it's a fun game again, but I mean, with the new special edition, there's mods, and I think the mods open up a really good portion to it. I mean, I think a lot of mods make it funner. I mean, I'm not really with like the dumb mods with like the explosion, like the exploding chickens. That's weird as fuck. But I mean, it's a fun game. It's a fun game. It's definitely a fun game.
For
All
sure,
right.
for sure. All right, so then we got Samurai Gun 2 in early 2019, Bullet Age. We got in November, The World Next Door, which is an adventure, a narrative adventure game.
Uh,
That might be interesting if
yeah,
you got a
yeah,
lot of time on your
definitely.
hands. Levelhead in November, King of the Hat, a hat-based party game where you have to try and knock players off the other players. You have to try and knock off the other player's hat. That sounds like fun.
Hmm.
An untitled goose game where you play as a goose and have to be as much as a menace as possible. That sounds like your kind of game. I was just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, fucking with people is my deal, man.
And then the last one is Into the Breach, which is out now.
Into the Breach.
Yeah.
Search up Into the Breach right now. Let's see what we can see about it.
All right. Let me take a look here. Let me take a gander.
I've never heard of Into the Breach.
Oh, that's a nice little. It looks like one of those robots, like the what's that big robot? What's his name? Big Giant Robot, or yeah, Big Giant Robot, or
The movie that came out not a bit ago, but like a long time ago, the big metal robot.
yeah, that's what it looks like. It's like Into the Breach. It looks like you're a mech or something.
Uh,
Real quick, Switch gets surprise release of Into the Breach, one of the year's best games. Oh,
oh, hmm.
it looks pretty nice. Nintendo Direct style presentation preceded Gamescom.
Again, you guys
Brought
have
with
probably already seen this, but I mean, we're gonna put images onto the video so you guys can see it.
So originally launched earlier this year on PC, so it's on PC as well. The game is now available in the eShop for $15. That might be something I might buy. It's a turn-based strategy game where you control three giant mechs tasked with defending an area from monsters. That sounds like fun, like a Final Fantasy kind of game.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
makes it unique is the level of transparency with everything about the upcoming turn. Oh, so you know everything they're gonna do. You know precisely what order enemies are going to move in, what they're going to do, and how much damage they will inflict. Likewise, you know the effects of your own actions. There's nothing random about how much damage you'll do. For instance, combined with the ability to physically move units and enemies around, letting you knock enemies off the map or cause them to attack each other, it all makes for an extremely satisfying experience unlike anything else.
Hmm.
Oh, so it's kind of like a. Oh, dude, I'm so getting this game. It's kind of like a Advanced Wars, and I love that game.
What's Advance Wars?
So it's also like a turn-based game, but it's basically like if I could show you the picture of this. Basically, you're if you think Final Fantasy, you just think like little tanks. Like you have to capture cities and stuff, and it's like a war. It's almost like it's a war game basically, but it's basically you move your tanks or move soldiers, and your soldiers capture buildings, and the more buildings you capture, you get more points, and then you could build bigger items. And then basically you gotta either wipe out the other player or capture the player's base, their
Hmm.
main base.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. So and it was for Game Boy, so it's kind of like it's a it's kind of cool. So that's pretty cool, and it looks kind of like the Game Boy game. So it's for PC also. So I
Okay.
think I might even get that for PC because I don't have a Switch yet. Sad tear. Because when I had the money for a Switch, they didn't have any in stock, and now when I don't have money for a Switch, there's plenty of them in stock.
Yeah.
What the hell is this guy?
All right. Next.
Oh, so did you want to take it from here,
I don't
or
know
should
if
I
I have
finish?
anything really. Oh, finish. Yeah, finish the games.
So, oh no, that was the two that I had for games. I have a couple other ones. Let me see. Here's one that you might like. We have from NBC. people to boycott In and Out after Republican Party donation, which I just the title just makes me cringe.
Mm,
But I mean, let me start by reading. Some may argue that In and Out Burger has the most loyal customers. However, many of them are reportedly boycotting the burger chain after it donated $25,000 to the California Republican Party. Like, I mean, just that whole sentence is just like,
yeah,
please, just if they can do whatever they want, like people
yeah.
could vote, but anyways, people got to find something to get mad about. So let me continue. According to a public filing of the California Secretary of State's website, In and Out made the donation Monday. The donation made its way to thousands of people's Twitter feed on Wednesday, shortly after the hashtag Boycott In and Out was born. California Democratic Party Chairman Eric Bauman called for the boycott, writing on Twitter, "It's time to boycott In and Out. Let Trump and his cronies support these creeps, perhaps animal style." That was a pretty good shot, but like,
Yeah,
come on, this ugh, like it's more of the same stuff from like like that kind of sort of thing. I didn't want to get too political on this, but let me continue reading. The burger chain, which started in Baldwin Park, California in 1948. So I didn't know it was in Baldwin Park. The burger chain, which started in Baldwin Park, California in 1948 by Henry Snyder and Esther Snyder, proudly displays Bible verses on some of its packaging and has contributed to Republican causes in the past. According to Sacramento Bee, it donated $30,000 to the GOP in 2017 and also given the California Pro Business PAC, Californians for Jobs and a Strong Economy, $80,000 in 2017. Like, how could you? To me, like, how just not even left or right? How can you just be mad at a party that calls itself, what was it? Californians for Jobs and a Strong Economy. Like, how could you be mad that somebody
yeah,
donated to a name like that? Like politics aside, like, come on, that's like,
yeah.
isn't that good?
Yeah.
Like, compared to all the fucking gang violence that's in California, like, come on, you
Again, I think
serious?
it's just what you said. I mean, people just want something to get mad over for no apparent reason.
And I mean, it continues about. It's just a bunch of little nonsense here. There's some funny tweets. What's her name? Nurses Aposhian tweeted, "Wait, does this mean California liberals, basically most of the state, won't eat at In and Out anymore? Shorter lines." And I think, well, I read this from my friend on Facebook, and she posted it, and that's what they said too. I guess they didn't read the article because not many people read articles. But another person tweeted, "This really bums me out because I'm a regular customer, but I cannot spend. You misspelled. I cannot spend. I'm correcting it for you, person. Money with a company that supports the current GOP. Boycott In and Out."
uh,
And I mean, everyone can have their opinion. That's fine. But at the same time, it's like, come on, like liberals like try to be, a champion for civil rights and stuff.
yeah,
They want
yeah,
to push, but when you have like all those civil rights wars, like we got the right, the black people have the right to vote, women have the right to vote, women are like you get equal pay now and stuff like that. Maybe some would argue that they don't, but whatever. I think it's a load of crap, but when you have that party that champion this, like they don't have like you don't really have anything to what's the
complain.
word to like, well, I guess I made the point earlier. You don't have anything like substantial to get mad about, so you're gonna get riled up because they donated $80,000 last year to the Republican Party, which is silly. It's anyone like you're you're not even 18 and you find this silly.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
definitely.
you're-
I mean,
it's
it's their money. I mean, again, I feel like they want their opinion and their opinion only. Because if they would have, put, I mean, gave the money to like a not a Republican, like a Democrat or a liberal party, like they gave the money to them, these guys would be perfectly fine with it.
right. And I don't know why. To me, it seems like they're kind of shocked about it,
Yeah,
but they're a religion, not even a religious institution. They're just people. They're business owners that have a religious background, and most religious people vote Republican.
yeah,
That's like
yeah.
it's not a shock. Like, why are these people like so like you know crazy about it when that's like the norm. That's what's been happening for years. They said when they started, they donated to a lot of Republican causes. Why all the outrage now? Because of Trump. Like
Yeah.
Trump doesn't. A lot of Republicans don't like Trump, and a lot of Republicans every time Trump goes to pass a bill, like they've been trying to pass what's it called? I haven't been up to date on it, but at least a few months ago they've been trying to pass like the repealed Obamacare or whatever,
Mm.
and Republicans even vote no on it because it's like I mean like just because somebody votes Republican doesn't mean they're backing Trump.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
definitely.
not they want and like even Trump like he says he wants to make America great again. I mean, you wouldn't if you read his Twitter feed, you wouldn't probably believe that. But it's it's a see this is why I didn't want to get into politics because it's gonna take up the whole hour. But it's just like a little crap, and then it gets my blood pressure up, and I'm tired of this crap. But yeah, any last words on that subject?
Like what I was saying, but it's. I mean, it seems like kind of like with the liberals, it's either their opinion or nothing at all. I mean, it's either their choice or nothing. If that makes sense.
Right. Like either my way or the highway, but
Yeah.
that's not right. When you try to shut people down, that's not you're no longer having an honest discourse. You're like that's why people were so shocked at the Trump presidency cause, that Trump won because when you're spewing stuff like oh if you vote for Trump you're like you're evil or you're this and that and then they call Trump evil and all this other things when they didn't even met the guy and that's a hell of an accusation to make on any person but
Yeah, definitely.
because his views are so different from theirs. They don't even give you the time of day. And well, newsflash, people are different. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And not everybody's gonna be the same. Not everybody's gonna think like you do. There's a girl I go to work with. She doesn't like Will Ferrell at all, like any of his movies or Adam Sandler. And I'm
That's
like,
weird.
like I asked her like his early stuff or his new stuff. Like I
Yeah,
could understand to make a case for his new stuff. A lot of people don't like that,
yeah,
and
yeah,
some of his new stuff kind of gets like old, but like his old stuff's are classics.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
but she don't like it, and I'm not gonna tell her, hey, you can't have that opinion. We're gonna arrest you or some shit, you know, or we're gonna
Exactly.
shut you down. Like, she can have her own opinion.
So that's the American way.
Yeah, but maybe she should be shut down.
Those are damn good movies.
Oh, Waterboy and freaking
Dude, Waterboy's
Happy
so good.
Gilmore.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I'm not gonna go full retard. How do I? How do I wait? Oh, there we go. Do nothing. Oh, I just had to hit space. Sorry about that. That turn took longer than it should have.
No, I got the. This podcast is focused again more on, you know, talking about, what we're trying to talk about than playing the game.
Okay, that's right. You're right. And then let's see here. So science. I got like this one a little bit of science. I wanna believe this title so bad. Let me just read it real quick. Science confirms intelligent people go to bed late, leave a mess everywhere, and use bad language. Now, I would love to believe that. I need to see the article before I just like blindly follow that. Like, I would love to believe it. It sounds like too good to be true almost. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I mean, can I say stuff before we get into it though?
Sure.
I mean, I've heard studies about this where it's like, uh, like smart people, quote unquote smart people, they are messier and they stay up longer than anybody else. But it comes down to it. I mean, I feel like, uh, I mean, it could be right, but I mean, I don't know. It's just it. I mean, it doesn't all add up. I know people that stay up and their grades are complete shit. Doesn't make them, the smartest. You know what I mean?
Right. But then again, just to go off of that their grades aren't that bad, aren't that great. Like to me, I don't think. I mean, book smarts, yeah, that reflects your grade. I don't know if necessarily intelligence should be measured by like your grades, but I mean that's how schools do it. So
Yeah, yeah.
it depends on what they mean by intelligence, I guess. If they mean their IQ or what they can
Accomplish.
like yeah, or what they can it depends on what I guess, term of intelligence they're using.
See, I would change intelligence into more creative, if that makes sense, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that word would fit more, if that makes sense.
Right, right. So, well, let's see what they mean by it. I don't know if they define their terms. There you go. This is, I think this is already appealing to me. It's trying to get me to to just believe it. Do you find yourself using bad language more often than normal? Does your spouse criticize you because of the mess you leave behind? Do you usually go to bed late? Well, this might this might wait what? Well, this might to seem, I think they misspelled this. Well, this might to seem to you just as bad habits.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
This might seem to you as just bad habits, but there's more to it. I think that's what they meant to say.
Hmm.
See, look at me. I'm smart. I'm intelligent. I'm correcting the writer of this.
That's,
Believe or not, shouldn't it be believe it or not? Maybe he's like, they're from, whoever wrote this is probably from out of the country. Believe it or not, but people who have these habits are actually more honest and intelligent. This is in comparison to people who don't have such habits. Intrigued? Read on to find out more.
are we gonna read on?
Intelligent. That's good. I guess I can do it.
Yeah.
Intelligent people swear more. Let's make one thing clear. It's all about the circumstances and timing. You should know that intelligent people use bad language only to make their point. Moreover, they use bad language to describe actions, events, feelings, and thoughts. According to studies, the ability to use fitting swear words is connected to language fluency and high vocabulary. Makes sense, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I totally agree with that. I really dislike when people say shit like swearing limits your vocabulary, but if you actually think about it, it's increasing your vocabulary, or I mean, it's making it larger. Yes, you have those people that kind of, wear and swearing by just like going off and swearing because they think it's cool, if that makes sense. But then, but like what the article said, you can get like well-fitted swearing words that add to your conversation or add to your argument that makes yours more solid. If does that make sense?
Right, right. That makes sense. So yeah, yeah. Right. Just going off that, like, yeah, my mom always used to tell me, hey, it shows how little vocabulary you have, when you start swearing, and it's a sense that's true. At the same times, I feel sometimes, it's a fitting word to just express how you feel in
Yeah,
the sense
exactly.
of that.
So like if you said that is stupid, I mean, okay, but if you said that is so fucking stupid, that adds like around two more words, and it increases it, it like you said, it increases how you feel about it. I mean, you're saying it much more promptly, if that makes sense. I feel like you're showing more of what you mean.
Right, right. So, oh man, these barbarians just freaking taking out my scouts.
Sad.
Yeah. So and just to play devil's advocate, like, I mean, nobody's gonna do. I mean, some people do, but like, nobody wants a little like 5-year-old swearing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it doesn't look right. Like, they're supposed to be innocent at that age and stuff like
Again,
that.
like it, that young, they don't use it in the correct terms. They don't put it into like the correct like fitting terms. They're always just saying it because they think it's cool. Like you can find sixth graders that swear just because, oh, that's cool, right? Does that make sense?
Right, right. Yeah, cause I remember one time in what was it? Probably I was probably like a fifth grader going back to my old elementary school, and these like little second graders are playing like kickball, and this little kid had the mouth of like a full grown sailor. Like, oh my god, like every other word out of his mouth was fuck, 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 shit, fuck, fuck, and I'm like, damn, I don't even cuss that much, and I'm like, and I'm not trying to say like I'm better than him or anything else. I'm just saying like that was just surprising because like I've always been taught, bad word. These words are bad, and and
Yeah, yeah.
you should limit them. don't say them around people, but you can say them around your friends. You know, like,
Definitely, definitely.
and then yeah, it does make yourself look like worse. Oh, hey, I won against these barbarians, but now they're gonna kill me. But it's like they make they make you seem less intelligent because saying big words makes you seem more intelligent, but at the same time, it could make you look kind of like a prick too. At the same time,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
look at this guy, look at this asshole using all these fancy fucking words. Like I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But so let me continue with this article. Unless you had a comment on that.
No, no.
Oh shit. Let me see. So intelligent people go to bed late. Or wait a minute. Yeah, intelligent people go to bed late. According to studies, those people who have the highest IQs are usually those who are more active at night. To be more precise, people with IQs of less than 75 go to bed around 11:41 p.m. While on the other hand, people with IQs over 123 go to bed around 12:30 a.m.
So
See now,
this answers our question of if they were talking about like school smart or intelligence or IQ. It's talking about IQ because it just made it promptly that like I mean they were just talking about IQ. Do you know what I mean?
right. So the study's citing about IQ. So that's. I mean, it makes me feel better about myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's not so bad that I'm a messy like night owl
Yeah, yeah. I
kind
mean,
of person.
I wouldn't put that you're like fucking smarter than fucking Stephen Hawking at this point, but I would say, I mean, you're smart about a lot of things, if that makes sense. Like, you're smart with, like, computers or, like, technology. But it comes
Right.
down to, like, there's, like, fuckboys and thoughts. I'm gonna use them as an example. Stay up a bunch, like, all night, because why not? Like, does that make sense? And
Mm-hmm.
they could be smart. I'm not saying all of them are fucking retarded, but usually again they're lazy, if that makes sense. They don't really have like a position in life. They're just kind of there to mess around, if that makes sense.
Right. It does. Because they're not that in like the stereotypical kind of way. They're just fucking and just being objects of the man's desire because they want attention. So
Yeah, I mean, I use fuckboys and like thoughts as a derogatory term. I mean, quote unquote cool kids. I call them quote unquote cool kids is because they're kind of self-acclaimed cool kids at school. I mean, I hang out with them, but they're usually, I mean, they're not always fucking, but I mean, most of the time they're just either messing around or hanging out and not really doing anything that involves learning, if that makes sense.
correct. Yeah, they're not paying attention in class. They're usually on their cell phone, like trying to get attention or doing
Yeah,
something or involved in some kind of drama.
I mean,
I've seen.
they'll get passing grades, but they'll just get enough of what their parents are cool about, or, I mean, whatever, like, the minimal work they can do just to pass the class.
Right. I see what you're saying. How do we solve this issue? Allow video games in classrooms? I think so.
I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea. I mean, there was that thing that came out that, like, teachers are letting their students, play Minecraft to learn math. And I think that's a cool idea, but, I mean, it's I mean, kids, teenagers, they'll mess around, and it kind of comes down to, like, if they'll use it properly, if that makes sense.
Right. Like, are they gonna actually use it to teach, or are they just gonna, just let them play and just collect a paycheck?
Exactly, like a third grader, he'll just fucking make a dick in Minecraft. I mean, that's what's gonna
Well,
happen.
I mean, grown adults do that too.
I mean, exactly. Will they actually use it correctly?
Right. I mean, it's up. I guess we'll just have to test it out once I own a school. And then it says smart people are highly adaptable, Highly intelligent people are more adaptable in comparison to other people. Smart people love solving problems. I'd like to solve problems. If you love it when you deal with the problem, then there is a chance that you are a highly intelligent person. I
Well,
think a man wrote this. It's showing a lot of man kind of traits, but I'm not. I don't like to explain uh explain things in terms of male or female,
mm,
but
well,
men tend to have those kind of traits, I would
yeah.
say.
Um, Adaptability. I mean, I kind of feel like how it is. I mean, you're not gonna take a stereotypical nerd into the forest and say just kick them out in the depth. They might know a lot of thing about like certain plants or like certain animals, but will they adapt to more of like the more you know exercise and like handwork, if that makes sense?
Right, right.
So
Chopping up wood
yeah,
or
yeah,
like
doing shit
building
like
a
that.
tent.
I mean, they might know how to build it, but will they actually build it correctly? Does that make sense?
Yeah, precisely. Are they gonna actually build, or are they just gonna? They know how to build, but they don't know how to. Or they probably don't necessarily know how to. They know how to build it, but they don't. They're not effective at building it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're good at coming up with the idea how to make it, but they won't execute it correctly.
Yep. All right, let me continue with this. Intelligent people strive for unique solutions and ideas. As Einstein said, the true sign that someone is intelligent is not seen by his knowledge, but by his imagination. I
Uh,
like that quote.
yeah. I mean, I would definitely agree with that. I mean, again, I'm gonna use these f boys and thoughts as an example. They might be creative in some ways, but again, they're just kind of there, if that makes sense. Like I said, they don't really strive for anything. They usually just meet up, hang out, and just chill. They never really, strive to learn anything new or to do
Hmm.
anything, if that makes sense.
Right, right. And yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a very good point about that certain kind of demographic. But then see that I take, I hate doing like the stereotypical kind of like, like I guess I guess it's a judgment,
Yeah,
because I mean
exactly.
that group of people,
I
because I feel
mean,
like I'm like a cop trying to beat up a black dude or something.
exactly. I mean, they're like in the future that might be an F boy or a thought that proves me definitely wrong. But again, I would say the majority of
Yeah, but
those
we're talking in
types of
terms
people.
of generalization.
Exactly, exactly.
That's just I know somebody. I already know we don't even have any viewers yet, but I just feel like somebody's gonna just complain and try to shut us down already.
Fucking wave of feminist. How dare you assume that way? How dare you?
Just because just they're reading too far into what we're saying,
Yeah, yeah,
when we're
definitely.
just like trying to make
Why
a
is there
point.
no females on your podcast? You guys sexist?
No, just nothing mattered
And
us.
this is how you flip it around them. What happens if we're homosexuals? And they're gonna be like, "Fuck, we messed up."
Yeah, oh yeah, there you go.
I love like fucking with people like that because I mean, like I had this chick, and I mean, I use fag as an insult, and personally, I am bi, but like I use fag as an insult, and this chick was talking to me, and she's like, "You shouldn't use that word like that. That can offend many people." And I was like, I looked at her, I'm like, coming as one of those people, meaning I was bi, like I said, meaning I'm bi, it doesn't offend me, and so you know, as being that uh, type of person, I think I should be able to say it, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
uh,
being the type of person that they're thinking you're hurting.
yeah, exactly. And they kind of sit there and they'll be like, well, shit, what do I say against that? Because I mean, that just destroys their whole entire claim. I mean, they get mad for you assuming but then they just go on and assume, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. They assume that I was straight. Why are you assuming that I'm straight?
Exactly. I mean, I have like a lot of gay friends, a lot of bi friends, and I mean, you know Josh, mommy,
Yeah.
like he agrees with me on this subject. I mean, he called me a fag the other day. I mean, it's not, offensive in my eyes or my gay
Right.
friends' eyes.
Because I mean, they're still people. People treat them as they're just like another
Exactly.
number. Like they try to lump you. That's the thing I have about stereotypes. They try to lump you in a category, and say that you have to think like this, but no, you don't. Or people.
Exactly.
People have varying thoughts. Alright. So smart people look at failures as lessons. This is a trait of highly intelligent people. These people always see the positive in everything and try to get the best out of it. They learn from their mistakes. They see them as a good thing, and I think I reflect that.
I mean, I like looking at my mistakes and learning from them, but I kind of don't like. I try to look at the positive outcome, but mostly when I look at my mistakes, I use a lot of criticism. I mean, you know this. Like when we play League, I criticize a lot of people, and I just use constructive criticism. Even with myself, I look at it. I mean, I'm fucking stupid for doing that. What I just did, I could do this next time, and that would fix my mistake, and it would make me a better player. Does that make sense?
Correct. You do that just in between all the f bombs. All right, let me go ahead. Intelligent people are also moral people, as Martin Luther King said. Educations should teach a person to think critically and intensively. Intelligence, along with character, is the goal of education. All right. Well, I try to be moral, but I do things that are immoral at
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Let's see. Intelligent. Smart people are messy, and I think you're. Well, before that, I think you're pretty moral as well. Like, I think you have a lot of thoughts that hit you up, but you choose to remain faithful. As
Yeah.
far as I know, I don't know, but that's just an observation. All right, smart people are messy. Next time someone complains about your messy house, what you need to do is remember that it's a trait of an intelligent person.
See,
It's like that line just makes me think like this guy's just maybe writing
like
it
the
to make himself
biggest
feel
slob
better.
ever. Yeah. I mean, that's where I kind of say no. I mean, you can be a messy person, but if you're living in a fucking hoarder house and you're calling yourself smart because some random guy said that on the internet, the article that we're reading, I mean, his house could look at like that, and what you said, he could be thinking of himself just being smarter, if that makes sense. I mean, it seems. I mean, you can be a messy person. I'm a messy person, but at the end, I clean it up. I make sure it's clean, if that makes sense.
Right, right. Especially when your lady's coming over, you gotta make sure the house is clean. Let me see, and then it continues to say, yes, it's really like that. I guess it's talking to us. We're doubting him. I guess. Yeah, this discovery actually explodes the previous notions according to which a clean working and living environment leads to more effective and efficient success and results. Excuse me. Yeah. Psychological researchers and scientists from the University of Minnesota say that a messy environment actually activates creative thinking and new ideas. So I guess he mentions who did the study,
Well,
University of Minnesota.
I mean, I agree with more of a messy, kind of brings out. I mean, you're not that strict. I mean, you let your mind breathe. But again, what I was saying, I'm like, if you're living in a pigsty, I don't think that's creative. I just think that's lazy and just trashy. But if you're living with kind of a mess, and I mean, let's say I don't do my bed, I mean, it's not a big problem, but it's still some sort of messy. But if it was a pigsty in my room, that's when it kind of becomes from being so-called creative to living like trash.
Right, right. So yeah, I mean, yeah, with what to just go off of what you're saying, it's there's extremes and then there's like a limit. I would say there's some sort of balance. I don't
Definitely.
think I'm not sure if they're talking about necessarily like hoarders and shit,
Yeah, yeah.
but I think they're talking about just like you'll leave it for like you leave your your drawers out for a week, and then I'm like, oh well, I guess I'll clean it this week,
Mhm.
or something, whatever it is. And conclusion: intelligent people act, solve issues, and think differently. They ignore everyday problems such as trying to act civil, keep th- keep things clean, and maintaining a consistent schedule. So they have freedom to be more creative and be more efficient. All in all, an intelligent person swears like a sailor, spends nights as at messy desks, and makes creative ideas a reality. Do you now feel better about your bad language, messy room, and lack of sleep? Of course you do, because nothing can top intelligence.
Again, that there's a couple sentences, and that Ed sentence just makes it feel like the guy that was writing this is just trying to jerk himself off of thinking that he is not as bad as what people say. If that makes sense.
Right, because I mean, I'm looking at this like, man, he's making me feel great about myself, but
Exactly.
I don't see any sites for the studies. Oh,
Except
go
that
see,
one site, but I mean the Minnesota one. But I mean that's it.
see, all right, see the original. Okay, all right, this looks way more better written. It linked me to John Stanley Hunter's article in Business Insider under News and Science. I don't know if I should get into this article. Let me see if there's any sites. So, University of Minnesota. Read the original article on Business Insider UK.
So this guy made his own, like,
So he wrote the article from based on this article. I wonder if I click on University of Minnesota or cite the study. I
I'm
want to
not.
get to the bottom of this.
I mean, I'm not saying all of his claims are wrong, but I'm just saying like some of them I think are exaggerated. If that makes sense.
Right, right. Yeah, I agree with that. But I just want to see the. Just want to see the actual like studies.
Yeah.
See, I keep getting linked to article to article to article, but I'm not getting. So let me see. The new studies conducted by psychological scientist Kathleen Voss. So now I have a name of who did the study, Kathleen Voss, and her fellow researchers at the University of Minnesota are published in Psychological Science, a journal of the Association for Psychological Science. So I hope I click on this link and it takes me there. There we go. Here's the journal. What the Okay, it just takes me to the main site. Maybe if I look up Kathleen Voss, maybe it'll take me to the study. Uh, Prior work has been found that a clean setting leads people to do good things, not engaging in crime, not litter, and show more generosity. Voss explains, we found, however, that you can get really valuable outcomes from being in a messy setting. Okay, so see, they're not saying like it's like hoarders, and so they're just saying you can get some valuable outcomes.
From
Uh,
being sort of messy.
uh, Being in a clean room seemed to encourage people to do what was expected of them. Voss explains, compared with in the messy room, they their own money to charity and were more likely to choose the apple over the candy bar. Interesting. I wanna get to the bottom of this. So I'm gonna keep researching, but let me see. What was that?
What?
Hello. Great library has been built in a faraway land. Did you
That
build
was
the
me.
library?
Yeah, I built the fucking library.
Bitch.
What, were you
How
building
dare
the
you?
library?
No, I don't even think I was there yet.
I was about to say my bad, bro. I didn't mean to take that shit from you.
I think I was building. No, just building a granary, I think.
Uh, see,
A watermill. But I'm not even building the freaking the bonuses yet.
I usually build
Um,
a great library to fuck with Lawrence because it gets him so pissed off.
does he want to build it all the
Yeah,
time?
because I mean, like that's what he rushes, but you know, I rush construction, so I'm able to build it faster than him, and he gets so fucking pissed. Cause like if you legit build the great library, he's just, I mean, he's gonna be on the bottom of the leaderboards the whole entire game, and it's just funny. They'll just watch him struggle because he gets so fucking pissed over it.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
All
So do
right.
you,
Well, let me see. Kathleen Voss, University of Minnesota. What's the study again? It was uh. Let me type in intelligence study. Oh, here we go. American Psychological Association. So I guess I gotta get the psychological study. It's in the September edition of it. Uh, in the first of several experiments. Here we go. Hard work has been found that a clean setting leads to people not doing good things, not engaging in crime. All right, that's what I read from the other article. They took it out of here. So let's see. In the first of several experiments, participants were asked to fill out some questionnaires in an office. Some completed the task in a clean and orderly office, while others did so in an unkempt one. Papers were strewn about, and office supplies were cluttered here and there. Afterward, the participants were presented with the opportunity to donate to charity, and they were allowed to take a snack of chocolate or an apple on their way out. Ah, okay. So they kind of just threw a bunch of people in a room and said, "Here, do something." Uh, After the participants were presented with the opportunity, oh, okay, sorry. Uh, Being in a clean room seemed to encourage people to do what was expected of them. Voss explains. Compared to with participants in the messy room, they donated more of their own money to charity and were more likely to choose the apple over the candy bar.
hmm.
But the researchers hypothesized. Alright, so this is not fact, this is hypothesis. That messiness might have its virtues as well. And another, so they were kind of going with the fact that messiness might have some kind of benefit.
Well,
Uh, Go ahead.
I wonder what, I mean, if they just grabbed random people, the people that donated more of their money could have been part of, you know, like a richer household than the ones that didn't donate that much money from room A, the clean room, if that makes sense.
Alright, they don't. Doesn't look like they mentioned it in the article.
Yeah, it doesn't mention if
They
the
just
people
say,
in the dirty room were more healthier or like less obese or like, you know, more fit. Does that make sense?
yeah, they just say They don't really say what participant pool they pulled out. They
Yeah.
said participants were asked to fill out some questionnaires in an office. Some completed the task in a clean and orderly office, while others did so in an unkempt one. Papers were strewn about, and office supplies were cluttered. I'm getting tired. So let me see. Um, I'm trying to see if they. Yeah, they don't really talk about. Yeah, see, so this study, see, this is just what happens when you put people in a messy room and like we don't know. We're all exposed to various settings. Let me read one of the comments because this is funny. Uh, Let me see. This guy by John Byrne. A very poorly designed and operationalized study, putting people in a room that is messy, then claiming those people are people is just so far from rational as to be laughable. This study confuses external environmental conditions with internal psychological traits. I used to teach research design to college undergrads. This poorly thought out study would never have made it past the midterm evaluations, an embarrassment to real science and real scientists.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Yeah, definitely, because it's like now I guess our first good feelings were right that like, oh man, this is too good to be true.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Like I was like, oh man, I would love to believe this, but the
It's
study
just
isn't.
it,
That,
again. It's just it's. I think it was just for people to toot their own horns that aren't the cleanest or aren't the sleepiest at the right times, if that makes sense.
mm-hmm. But I mean, I'll toot my own horn.
I mean, it
Now,
doesn't mean you're fucking retarded if I mean,
right,
you,
right.
but I mean, yeah.
Oh, that was that one. Let me see. So I guess some guy was making threats over Trump editorials. This is coming from KSL.com. Mm, a Los Angeles man upset about the Boston Globe's coordinated editorial response to President Donald Trump's attacks on the news media was arrested Thursday on charges he threatened to kill the newspaper journalist who he called an enemy of the people. Federal prosecutor said.
See,
Robert Chains. Go ahead. Go ahead.
that's when you step the line. Is when you start making death threats over dumb things.
Just my big thing is they posted pictures of this guy's house
Yeah,
and living in that area and being involved in that area, like friend's party or friend's house or whatever it was. Like it's not that hard to identify. And yeah, they don't show the address and they blur out the license plates and stuff, but it's not that hard to go and find that house.
yeah.
Like it's very noticeable. Plus, they have a lot of trees in there, and to me, like whether you agree with what he said or not, that's their livelihood. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, now they're gonna get a bunch of death threats from fucking Trump supporters, if that makes sense.
And he shouldn't have been opening his mouth like that too. But
Exactly.
it just proves his point that they're the enemy of the people when they're posting pictures of his house
Yeah.
on the frickin' on their website.
I mean, they can justify themselves, but I don't. They're all just acting dumb. If that makes sense.
All right, but I'm pretty sure if he's talking like that, I'm pretty sure he's not worried about pictures of his house.
Yeah, definitely.
He's probably encouraging like, "Hey, come motherfucker, let's see what you got. You got guns, I got guns too." I don't know. It just seems like
Yeah.
that kind of person, but I could be wrong. Let me see. Robert Chain's phone calls to the Boston newsroom started immediately after the Globe appealed to newspapers across the country to condemn what it called a dirty war against the free press. Prosecutor said he is accused of making 14 calls between August 10th and August 22nd. That's not even. That's like that's kind of like a couple calls a day, like 1.5 call or 1.1 calls a day.
Uh,
What is it? 10, 20. Yeah, that's about like 1.1. We'll just round it up to 1.5 calls a day. But see, so but that to me this also shows that people are just tired of the fucking media lying all the goddamn time
yeah.
and putting up bullshit stories and bullshit articles and
I mean, that's what Trump was saying about the article I wanted to bring up. As well, no, it wasn't an article. It was him at a Indiana rally. He was saying that all these news medias, they're just. He's tired of them lying. I mean, he's tired of them like siding with the Democrats. Is what he said, that they're siding with the Democrats, and if they have like this really big story on a Democrat, the news station won't air it because they don't want to air it. They'll keep it undercover. But if something happens, the same thing happens to Republican, they'll put it on blast and they'll just, they'll just act like it's the worst thing ever when, the Republicans had like the same exact story to a Democrat. That's what he was saying. And I mean, yeah, everybody's tired of news fucking lying constantly.
yeah, and and not to say, yeah, some news like some news is right. Like CNN will throw, stories in there like, it's hot, it's 98 degrees outside or whatever, or if it's like they'll have their truths, but it's like the opinion pieces that they try to pass as like facts.
Yeah.
That's what I can't condone that. Like it's just it's tiring. People are tired of it. This guy's calling them up 14 times in a week talking about
Yeah.
you guys gotta stop, like threatening to kill him. Like people are tired of that shit. He probably he probably he probably took a big fat line of cocaine. He's like, I'm tired of this fucking shit. I'm about to kill everyone. I don't know. Uh,
He was just
he's
fucking
probably
done.
he's done. He was done with it. And, maybe his wife just broke up with him or something. I don't know. Maybe it's like, but that it gets tiring. I'm tired at times. Like I hear like what was the other one, for example, that, well, just the thing we just heard about the people boycotting In and Out.
Yeah, yeah.
Like what the heck? Like it's
I
In
mean,
and Out, bro. Like they could
e-
donate whoever they want.
exactly. I mean, people are just so touchy.
Yeah, and I guess you could say, like, I know a lot of people, a lot of religious people like to boycott. What is it, like they'll boycott like Target because they don't want to say Christmas or something like that, and and that's fine too. So if I'm being honest, like it's like, yeah, I mean Target could do whatever the hell they want. Like,
Exactly.
they don't have to put Christmas, but I mean, like from that point, yeah, it's a free country. They could boycott In and Out if they want, but like
But
for
is it like
to me,
like, yeah, it's a free country, they can boycott it.
like to
But
me, it's the difference is like, oh, go ahead.
I think we're gonna say the same thing. Like, to me, or my opinion is, you're fucking retarded if you want to boycott Target because they don't want to say Christmas because they want to be nicer to, other religions.
Right, they want to include everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, so I guess the difference, what I would cite is like, yeah, Christmas is probably their biggest consumers is probably people that celebrate Christmas,
Hmm.
and they have like all the colors is Christmas, and I can see how that is, but yeah, like it's a word of holiday, at the same time, like at least. I see their point. Like, yeah, maybe you can write a complaint and say at least use Christmas as, you know, at least like use, like if it's a Santa thing, it's a Christmas decoration, but a holiday decoration, like to me, it's not something to boycott over. It's just
Yeah.
something like maybe you go on their website and write feedback. Hey, come on, like it's freaking, it's a picture of Jesus. It's you should call it a freaking Christmas ornament.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like right that in the feedback, and spam the shit out of their chat or whatever kind of support they have. But to boycott, like, come on, Target has some good shit sometimes. But then I usually shop at Walmart, so then now I'm kind of like, I don't really care.
Because Walmart's fucking the superstore, man.
They
Nobody
got
can
deals
out.
on deals.
Yeah,
I got,
nobody can outcompete Walmart.
and then people boycott Walmart because they're not paying their employees fairly. But I just went to Syracuse, Walmart, and they have freaking starting $12 an hour for the back room, like at night shifts, and I'm like, that seems like a pretty fair, salary to
Yeah.
me. I don't know, but I mean, I don't know. It's just like people get mad over stupid. Like they could donate to whoever they want. They go ahead and boycott it. I don't think it's gonna be effective. In and Out's too good for them. Like, and what do you expect really? Like from like a religious person. Like, what do you expect? Like, I already made this point, but it's like religious people usually vote Republican because they have like their values or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Republican Party, even if they don't hold up to it, like they say they're for abortion, but then and when they go to vote, like the like senators and stuff will be like a vote like for abortion instead of against abortion. And then it's like, are they really holding the Republican values? Like,
Yeah.
so it's like, I don't know. Like, so that's why I've been very far Democrat in the beginning of my like political expansion, and then I went really far Republican, but then I'm like kind of in the middle, like, like I'm just for about what makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, I think people that get too caught up in their ideologies and like
Exactly.
they're frick. It's bullshit. Like if you think rationally for a second, you see like, oh, maybe my point is kind of bullshit. And I mean, I've had that too. Like,
Even George Washington, I mean, this was like his biggest problem. I mean, he said not to create political parties, but right after he got out of office, everybody started making political parties, and it just causes more of a problem, if that makes sense.
right, and it does. But it makes things easier. One against the other. But is it worth? Is the easiness worth the like? Is the easiness, I guess, more beneficial than like just having a free thinking kind of society? Like, what's like, what's the because everything is like a give and take. Like you're gonna do it this way, but then you might lose out on this. So I guess is the ease of like having just two parties more beneficial than having just like no parties at all?
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure. Maybe I'm too like I'm not intelligent enough to expound upon that, especially at this late at night. But like, what is the actual? But I guess that is the question. I guess that they should answer. Like, they should be asking this. These news people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
Kathleen Voss should do a study on this instead of just having people go in a room and here pick an apple or a chocolate. Like, bitch, like I could have just gone to Walmart if you wanted me to pick an apple or a chocolate.
Real.
I could imagine her like talking like that too. I don't even know her. I'm sorry, like I don't know you, but I'm sure you meant well by the study.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just come on. I don't know. I guess we need to move on. I would read the rest of this article, but
I mean, we're at an hour and 10 minutes now.
all right. So we're at an hour and 10 minutes. Just first, we gotta give prop to this one guy for flying a plane into his house. This was like 2 weeks ago. I mean, for hijacking a plane and flying it all the way to your house, I don't think he had any prior experience, according to the article.
Hmm.
But I mean, yeah, what he did was jacked up. But I gotta say, like, he took like GTA into real life. Like, that's what everybody wants to do, but like get away with it. But I mean, he died and everything, and that's sad and it's unfortunate. He caused a lot of property damage, but
I
dude, he
mean,
flew a plane
the
for at
guy,
least a good 30 minutes.
the guy went fucking mental though. He was trying to kill his wife and kid by ramming his fucking or ramming the plane into the house. But luckily, his kid and wife weren't home when it happened, so they didn't get hurt. But I mean, he's dead now, so
Yeah, thank
R.I.P.
God.
plane
But
guy.
I mean, yeah, like I never like suicide is like it's never a nice thing. People, the loss of life is never like I don't think anybody looks forward to that.
No.
But it's just a funny art. Like you gotta admit there's some comedy to this article because I mean yeah it's unfortunate but it's dude like you just I guess I would give him props on just flying the plane for that long, but
Yeah.
I don't agree with his intentions. If his intentions were to kill his family, like yeah, that's not cool, man. Like, but rest in peace, but that ain't cool at all.
Definitely.
But let me see. The deceased was identified as Dwayne Yude, 47, according to Payson police.
Wait, was the guy
So he,
black?
Dwayne Yude. Parker Yude, 17, recalled. This is his son. Recalled his last words to his father. He said, "I love you. Good luck. I'll see you tomorrow." Parker Yude I said, "I love you too." And then he got in his truck and drove away.
Huh.
Police arrested Dwayne Yude about 7:30 p.m. Sunday following a domestic dispute in American Fork Canyon. Sandoval said Dwayne Yude was released from the Utah County Jail on bail, then followed procedure in requesting a police escort to retrieve belongings at the home at 584 East Canyon Road about midnight. See, I don't know if they should be giving out the address like that, man. I don't agree with that. But a short time later, Dwayne Yude flew a Cessna 525 Citation jet belonging to a company he had worked for.
So
So
fucking jet too.
so he was a pilot. Okay, I thought he had like no experience in
Yeah,
from this.
I told you and Lawrence then. You guys kept on saying no, he wasn't a pilot.
Yeah, I guess. Well, we didn't have enough information. I
Yeah,
thought the
we
article
did. The
said he
fuck?
was. Well, this article wasn't as detailed before, but
Yeah, I
all right,
watched
maybe,
the news story about it, and I tried to tell you guys, and you guys were like, "It doesn't say that he was a pilot." And I was like, "Fine, fuck you guys."
maybe we were just being idiots. All right, so Spanish Force Airport and crashed into his home about 2:30 a.m. Dwayne Yu died on the scene, and his wife and a juvenile inside the home escaped safely. He's just him on board. Damn, did they like see it coming?
I I don't think they were home, or
But it was 2:30 a.m. It just says they escaped the home safely. So, because in the pictures it looks like he crashed into the front, but there's probably fire and stuff. So they're probably, if anything, like if they're in the top floor,
yeah.
that's probably why they didn't get hurt. Because I see 2 rooms on the top floor, or 3 rooms. So they probably, shit, they were probably in the home, and then because it said they escaped safely. So
So he might have fucking missed.
he oh, he made that driveway though. He made it to the front door.
Honey, I'm
Oh,
home.
But yeah, I guess that should wrap up the podcast.
I think we
Wow.
should take like a couple minutes and go over like this is what we'll be doing and check out these channels. You know, shameless plug.
Yeah. Well, I'm Mangucci, also Melodic Kong. Mangucci would be my I was gonna say my slave name. Because I'm looking at my farmers right now, or my workers, and they're like in the bushes, and they gotta make me my road. But yeah, Mangucci is my gaming channel, and you can look up Mangucci Alawi, type it into YouTube.
or we
We'll
can
put the
just
links
link
in the
it. Yeah.
descriptions and stuff. But if you type in Mangucci Alawi into YouTube, you might see it pop up. If you type in Mangucci, you're just gonna see a bunch of Gucci Mane videos. For now, I mean, maybe if I get bigger, put more videos, there might be more. Got Melodic Kong, Melodikong. That's Melody Kong, Melodies and Kong, because I'm a beast with the beats. And go ahead.
That's
plug
pretty
your
nice.
stuff.
So I'm faggotboy5000 at youtube.com. No, I'm just joking. It's UsableBlackDog. I'm not gonna spell it out because it's fucking long, and I don't give that much. Like, I don't give a shit. So, yeah, I mean, it's just gonna be in the description. So if you want to go look at my gay ass channel, go look at my gay ass channel.
All right, and then we also have the FLTV channel, which we'll be posting this on, and we have who else is part of the team? Well, Yoshi Gaming 23, which I think there's spaces and stuff. We'll link that, all that crap, and love, peace, and chicken grease. Have a good night. Have a good day whenever you're watching this. Have a good afternoon. Don't fly your airplanes while drinking juice in the hood. And let's try and remember to choose the apple over the chocolate,
Yeah,
especially when you're doing a study. It makes you seem more intelligent.
definitely.
Any other words of wisdom?
Uh,
Eat in and out.
yeah, fucking eat in and out. Go Republicans, am I right, guys?
I don't know, like, oh my god! Just because you're eating in and out doesn't mean you're gonna vote. You're whatever, man.
Yeah. It's
It's done. We're gonna get into it again, and it's just gonna be terrible. All right, it's gonna go on forever. It's gonna be like a 2-hour podcast over just one.
alright. Well, yeah, that was the podcast. Please check out the future ones. Yeah, have a good day, or what Mondo said, good night, good morning, whenever. Yeah. So,
Peace.
you guys will listen to us later, I'm hoping. Peace. Wait, this was Taco Talk, by the way. I forgot to end it like that, but